Or do you have like a
Nah, you can sit in here, look this way, look at me, doesn't matter. Welcome to Evolve with James. Today I have my son Giacomo and Hawken, and this episode is brought to you by Stewart's Grape Soda.
Of course, my favorite.
Like this?
Oh my god, no way. This is my favorite. Is this a twist off?
Yeah, the Stewart's is your favorite, or grape soda is your favorite?
Just grape soda.
Why do you think urban people like grape soda?
Urban people? I don't know.
I'm trying to say that like the least or the most politically correct, I guess. You're not really black, so I mean you're I guess you have like an urban look.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, I'm mixed, but I would say I'm mostly Puerto Rican. I'm not gonna go around.
So Puerto Ricans like grape soda too?
Oh yeah, for sure. They like. I mean, I think Crush is just like Crush is the go-to.
The Crush was a giant bottle. I was like, do I want to put that much sugar in?
No, it is a
2
lot
liter
of
bottle.
it's a
Yeah,
lot
right.
Of sugar. They like it's like orange soda and grape soda, but I think if you go to like the rural parts of America, you don't have like a vending machine that'll give you like a Crush soda.
So it's probably more. It's because
it's like an availability kind of thing.
Yeah, they have the bigger supply or bigger selection.
Yeah.
In the bigger cities.
Eventually, you'll get like bored of having Coke or like.
So you'll have some like white trash guy in a trailer with fucking grape soda stashed everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you save for an apocalypse.
Yeah, just
like if you're like
soda.
A very weak, small white guy, you store up grape soda and you trade it to huge black dudes.
Yes.
To protect you.
Exactly.
If there's like an apocalypse.
It's like prison raisins.
See this thing back.
Like snacks in
prison. That actually tied into another like one question. And I had to write this down because I wanted to make sure I said it right. What does it feel like to be Norwegian and mixed? Do you think it helps you to be stronger since you're like a combination of Neanderthal?
Of the two, yeah.
And you have that extra tendon in your calf, like. Do you think? I mean, can you jump like 12 feet tall? I mean, are you like in a single bound?
I wish. No, my mom's Puerto Rican more, so.
So you have like you don't have any extra tendon.
It's like
maybe it's a little bigger.
I get like the light skin stare, so like I'm sexier, but like I can't.
But you don't have the tendon, so I can't jump.
Yeah. And then
you're like I'm like almost there.
I
can't play professional sports.
Yeah. I mean.
But I can bang more women.
Sure. Just like that. Yeah.
I don't have to pay for them. It's like they're technically like all these girls, these groupie girls that go for like NFL, NBA. I mean, they're pretty much hookers. I don't know if they see it like that.
Yeah, I mean,
and it probably would be cheaper going to a prostitute, like a high-end prostitute or call girl.
I guess
because then you don't take her out to eat. You don't gotta buy her things. You don't gotta accidentally get her pregnant, and then you gotta pay half your income to her.
That's true, yeah. Because if you're in the NFL, you're like, that's like the one thing you
I think I'm gonna start an escort service, like a high-end escort service, just for like professional
one of the
ball players. No, unless there's a gay NBA player, maybe I will. Then I'm gonna do that, and that way, they can pay me, and they can take these people out on dates instead of picking up these groupie girls that are just trying to get knocked up.
That's true. You saw what Drake did?
Might be very lucrative, yes.
You saw what Drake did with the hot sauce, the condom?
I think that's retarded.
Man. He's a smart man.
But you don't think he's gonna get some type of like urinary tract infection from that?
Well, he didn't put after the fact. Like he put it in the trash can.
Do you know that birth control technically is safer than a condom?
I believe
wearing the condom.
I believe
it's crazy. It's like people think it's a stereotype. They're like, oh, it's a condom. There's no way it can. Well, yeah.
Well, if it breaks, then you don't know. Then it's just kind of like
it's just micro holes. I mean, a factory's making it.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we really trust all the factories?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely gonna cut corners.
Yeah,
they're massive.
Like, how can we make this look as thick but thinner?
It's like, yeah, great. You're trying. Okay.
Yeah, they're trying to save money. It's like, yeah, make it thinner. You feel more with the condom, and it's like, yeah, but it doesn't work at all. We're just not gonna tell people that because it's called a condom.
Yeah, people are just gonna believe it.
Yeah.
We just slap a wrapper on it, and there you go. I don't know. I think they work. I mean, obviously, it's not like they're not working, but I believe that birth control would work a little bit better.
Just a little closer to me. I feel like you're like. Is it because
it's
white?
No, this is just how I sit.
You just kind of like.
I just kind of like lay back.
Perfect.
You want me to like?
Oh, you can do whatever you want.
Like
just a little closer. Is it too much rock?
Is
that is that making you feel like an ancestral thing too? Rock, like a crack
Rock.
thing.
Yeah,
Crack
yeah,
was
of
big.
course. My dad loved crack.
He
That's
did?
a
Your
crack
dad's
is crack's a white people.
your dad's Norwegian though.
Yeah, crack's a white
You
people.
think they had crack in Norway? Norway?
Probably not. Actually, no, they
I mean,
definitely do.
yeah.
They definitely do.
You think they have drugs there?
They actually do. I know that because
Just steroids.
So whenever people in Norway get like addicted to drugs, they have like there's if you ever go to Norway, there's never anyone on the streets. Like there's no homeless. They have the smallest homeless population I think in the world. It's like 0.07% of their population is
A lot of
homeless.
those places. Iceland's the same way.
Yeah, exactly. But listen, Norway's a little bit better. So
Why?
I don't know. I think it also might just be like where they're located. They've got a really good they're like right on the coast.
They have a better waterway.
Yeah, they have a better waterway. Iceland is.
Why I like
really
Iceland is because they take care of everything.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be a full citizen, and we actually have a deal with them, so America can actually move there. Anyone from America or Canada can move there. You just got to have a job in 6 months and become a citizen, and then you get all kinds of benefits. Every child you have, if you stay married, you get huge tax breaks, like massive, kind of like they do for the welfare system here. If you don't let the father live in the house with you, like we're in America, like we want to destroy the nuclear family, and we'll pay you money if you do that as a woman.
That's why.
But over there,
those
other countries,
they're doing better because they're actually incentivized.
They want a family to stay together.
Yeah,
and it's like our economies are high everywhere, but I mean, think about it. Like you're always better with like either a 2-family income. Or someone to stay home, and if someone's at home to take care of the kids, now you gotta pay for someone to watch them. Yeah, you know, even if the mother's like a stay-at-home wife, you know, it's always easier with 2 incomes or 2 people in the house.
It's also less of a mental. It's not as mentally taxing if you have 2 people. 2 people raising.
Look at all the girls at the gym. None of them have dads.
Yeah, that's
kind of strange. Dude.
It is kind of actually strange. A lot of their parents are either divorced. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Like obviously, but
it is weird, right?
It is, yeah.
You don't think it? You think it makes no difference?
Well, because back in the day, it used to be like if your parents were divorced, everyone would be like, "Oh my God, your parents are divorced."
Yes.
Now it's like
it's very mainstream.
It's super mainstream.
But there still is enough like evidence to prove that it's better to have 2 parents at home.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any evidence proving that it's better to have 1 parent. I mean, I mean, obviously, if like your dad, okay, well, it depends on the person because obviously, if the guy's just a bad guy, or like if it's like a bad person,
it'd be better, yes, to have the father out if he's just an alcoholic.
Yeah, and if like the mom is just like I don't know. The stereotype doesn't usually fall on the mother, but no. I mean, if it does happen too, you don't want her in the household.
No, it's true.
It's better to not have the kid raised in a toxic environment. So it's like, it'd rather just be 2 parents. But hey, Norway and all the Scandinavian countries do that really well.
Yeah.
Because they just are like, here's some money and we'll take care of like everything else.
As long as you stay together.
Yeah, and then they want you working too. They're just like,
that's it.
Work.
You have to work.
Yeah, if
part
you
of
don't
the
work,
economy. And you get benefits enough to work.
Yeah.
And that's weird. Like our country doesn't. Like you don't. It's like if you don't work, we'll give you medical. If you don't work, we give. It's like that's not incentivizing people to work.
Yeah.
Like they were giving like $600 away to everyone during coronavirus if you didn't work.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So no one worked. And people didn't want to go back to work.
$1,200 at one point, right?
Was it really at the beginning?
No,
probably.
It was like straight up.
Well, the straight checks. It was like a couple checks, but it was like if you didn't work, you got money every week or every month or something like that. It was crazy. Like you get a $600 paycheck.
Yeah, it's
to not work.
Yeah, you could quite literally if you just owned. If you were just like
just yourself, small apartment, you're fine. You're great.
Yeah, you're all right. That's enough to get by.
The crazy thing is, I think people thought that was gonna last forever.
Yeah, no, they just don't want to work anymore. I stayed working pretty much throughout the entire thing.
Most people had to.
I didn't even have to.
Why do you?
I don't pay
for
my
what I'm saying, but like, why do you want to just? It's like people went crazy with this. And at the beginning, I was freaked out about him. He's a little kid. He was 2 years ago, touching things, almost 3 years ago now, whatever. And but my grandmother was like 93 at the time. She caught it, and she was fine. She didn't go to the hospital or nothing. So I was like, time to throw everything away. Time to throw the wipes away. If 93-year-old grandma survived, everyone's gonna. You know what I mean? Like my family's obviously strong enough to survive.
Yeah, my whole family actually had it at one point, and I just never caught it.
Except you don't know.
Well,
he doesn't know either.
Right.
If you didn't have any symptoms, why would you test it?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Oh, I mean, I did get it. I got it actually tested when they had it just to make sure I didn't have it, and it came back negative. Like every test.
You should get the antibody test because the antibody test is different. It lasts for like a year, so it'll tell you if you've had it in the last year. Like, the further away, the lower the viral load, the further away it would be that you had it.
Yeah, I guess it's been longer than a year now, so I guess it's too late for that. Because that
you
was
go to high school, more than likely you've had it this year.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
Right?
You're
Think about it.
right,
You know what I mean? Like, that's like saying, like, you didn't breathe the same air as your whole entire school.
Yeah,
Like, how does a zombie apocalypse happen? Setup was like, well, if something like that happened, the first person, can't they just contain them? I'm like,
it's really hard to do.
Really quick. You're like, that's like any kind of breathing thing, like, respiratory virus. It happens really quick.
Yeah, you don't just...
Let's shut down everything 2 weeks to the spread. Like, so people aren't going to breathe for 2 weeks. No one's going to go to work. No one's going to go to, like, the fire departments, the police departments. No one's going to work at the electrical companies.
Yeah, you can't...
We have to shut everything down.
And then...
Society.
The problem with that would be people would be like, oh, we're shutting this down over, like only a few people.
Yeah.
And then, see, that's where the problem is. If you shut it down only over only a few people, and that's, like, the beginning of it, and you actually contain it, people are like... well, great, we just closed for nothing. But if you wait too long and it spreads to everyone, then they're like, why didn't we close?
Yeah.
So it's kind of
There was no way to win this, and I just think that...
yeah, it's a
I
lose-lose
think
situation.
because... I blame Europe. It was England, actually. Because England, they, the first, like, some doctor over there said, they called it SARS, which the real SARS...
yeah, that was like a while
there's,
ago.
like, like, you get... it's like a 12% chance of survival.
Yeah.
So, that's fucking scary when you would call it SARS. Like, why don't you, and then they call it COVID, and then they call it, so, like, then it turned into, like, a breakdown. It's a part of the actual common cold, a part of the flu. So it's like, why didn't they start with that version instead of SARS? Like, let's just start with just SARS, and 80% of the population is going to die. Because technically that's what it would happen. That's what would happen.
Yeah. That's like going, oh, let's just call this cancer. Everyone's going to die from it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, that's one way to make people freak out.
Yeah.
Like, come on, just don't... they named... that's like a... SARS is a scary disease
fuck yeah.
to have. Like, that's like going...
Instead of this, it's going to be a stronger flu. People would have been like, all right, they probably would have washed their hands. They proved the mask didn't work, obviously, because everyone spread it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but, like, everyone would have kept washing. They would have washed their hands a little better.
You need, like, one of those industrial masks for it to work. Because, like,
I had one for Giacomo.
Did you really? Yeah.
It was a joke. Or did I wear it? It was that giant... It was like a World War II mask.
Oh, my God.
It was like it was a gas mask.
Like a gas mask? That's crazy.
It was... You know who would know about that? What's his name?
I don't know anything.
I just wanted you to say it. I didn't want to say Brock's name, so I pretended like I didn't know.
Oh my God. I didn't click in my head until you said it. He's going to see this and he's going to be like... he's going to love that.
Listen, I give you grape soda.
Yeah, no,
Brock has a gas mask.
You got to see, I'm like almost halfway done with it. I've been going back in on it.
You love it.
No, it's delicious. This is like, honestly, where'd you get this? This is like my favorite grape soda.
Actually, we bought it at Vassar's old job.
Did you really? Where did you work?
He worked at that stop at ShopRite, is it? Yeah, the one over here in Cortland.
Oh, that's crazy. I thought you guys lived closer to the gym, I'm not gonna lie. I thought you lived,
No, well, it's like 10 minutes away. It's 10
it's not
minutes now.
Yeah, so that's like about the same as it is for me.
From
like,
you guys,
it's like
yeah.
10, 15. And
I was supposed to be in Yorktown Heights.
Yeah.
In the plaza over in there, and the guy was like, this guy from like India.
By the basketball court that's in the main part?
It's a plaza, the whole bunch of plazas right there.
Okay.
It was in there. This Indian guy that owns the Yorktown Pharmacy.
Okay.
He's like from India. Right? Like from India.
Mm-hmm.
Born there, was there till he was like 20 or something.
Yeah,
he's a pharmacist.
Okay.
And he owns like 4 places in there, and he wanted to rent it to me. So I started putting all this plates in and stuff. And I had all those mats, the thick ones.
Yeah.
Like 15, 20 of them stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
And I had Giacomo, just 95 pounds, deadlift, stand up with it and drop it on top of all the mats. The whole plaza shook. The floor was so faulty.
Wow.
Bad.
Wow.
We would have dropped one deadlift, the floor would have caved in.
Yeah,
so I told him, I'm like trying to explain this. I go, I told you I was going to have like 5,000 pounds of plates, probably like 8,000 pounds of equipment, all this shit. And I was like, that's like 2 elephants. You know what elephants are, right? I go, you're from India. And he was like, he looked at me like I was crazy. Like, you've seen an elephant, right? Like, I mean, come on. I'm trying to joke, but I mean, at the same time, I'm like, dude, you're an intelligent guy. Like, you know the size of an elephant.
Like, yeah, you're a pharmacist. I'm sure you know what an elephant is.
You don't know that 2 elephants can't fit in the building that you're renting to me?
Yeah, so what happened? You just like...
We were able to break the contract. We had at least some. We were able to break it. Because there's no way we could have put the weight in there. It would have collapsed.
Yeah. Which one... Where was that near? Was that near,
It used to be a, it used to be a karate studio.
So the plaza you're talking about, is that near like?
It actually has a name for it. There's a name for the plaza itself.
I think I think I know which one you're talking about. Is it across from a gas station?
No, like Dunkin' Donuts and all that's right there. No, it's by the whole thing. That giant plaza.
It's
Taco Bell's over there. That's
Oh,
the State Farm.
Oh, yeah,
State Farm. There's an ice cream place right there in that little area.
Yeah, okay.
It's like at the end.
Yeah. That's a good spot.
It was a good spot. So tons of parking.
Is that where Rita's is? Like the ice cream?
It's two down. It's in that. It's right here. It's like right down there.
So funny story about that. I actually used to go to Taekwondo in that when I was younger.
That'd be funny. You would have been actually lifting in that building.
In that same that built
there
built that like
that spot.
That spot that you would have rented or that you would have been renting.
It was a Taekwondo place.
That's the exact the Taekwondo place. They did so well, like so incredibly well, that they cut the lease on that and they moved to the end because it was a better spot. And the guy who owned it, his wife had a laundromat there, and it was just less. They would be paying. It was not as profitable to keep the laundromat and the Taekwondo place. Yeah. So they sold that one place, moved the Taekwondo place in, and now they're just balling it. Like they upgraded everything in there. They completely redid everything because it was a chance for them to just like redo everything. Yeah, so it's super nice in there. And I used to go there. I know actually a lot of the guys I know a few guys that still go there. And that's crazy. You would have owned the spot where I went to Taekwondo, and I would have been going to the gym right down. The guy that's the sensei that's there. He might have recognized me. He might have been like, "Oh my God, Hawken, what are you doing?" He came down. I talked to everyone in that plaza. Everyone was really nice. No, that guy's.
I don't think anyone fully understood. I was like, oh, my fiance deadlifts 400 pounds. I was like, people will be deadlifting 600, 700, 800 pounds in here. Yeah. And he was like, seemed like it was not a big deal.
What for the
floor?
Yeah, I
don't care what mats. It's just a lot of weight. It's up on
95 the whole
and it's like hitting the ground. It's not like it's just there. It's actively hitting the ground over and over and over.
Like the people down at it was at the jewelry store. The guy came running down. He thought the floor collapsed because he knew I was moving stuff in. Came running down.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He was like outside. He's like, "Is everything okay?" And the people at State Farm were like freaking out.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Because it was right next door, and I'm thinking, they let me put a popping gym next door to State Farm. They're on the filming people.
Yeah,
like my stereo and stuff. Like, how could they? The walls were paper fucking thin.
Oh yeah, of course.
We could hear them on the phone.
We could hear them on the phone. They would never been able to work.
Yeah, I could hear them talking.
Yeah,
the whole time.
That is crazy. Yeah, I used to that Taekwondo place that used to be there. Like, I never noticed. Well, I guess it's probably very loud for the spot next to it. I don't know if State Farm moved there after the Taekwondo place moved out.
Possibly.
Because we obviously if you're breaking boards and kicking people and I don't know,
it's loud.
Just a lot of noise.
Yeah.
It's people are moving. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's just.
Oh no.
Oh, he's breaking them out.
No.
Yeah. So, I want you to reach in and grab 3. You can't even look.
3? My dad. So.
Not fair.
Oh Christ! You already unwrapped them.
Yep. And just put them in your mouth. You don't want to look, dude.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. I'll do them one by one. That one's ass flavored.
They all
are. Oh, what is that?
They're all ass
taste green, but great because they're
imagine
a pepper mixed with jelly beans.
That one's sriracha.
The green one, right?
Disgusting.
No, I had
Let me sweat.
an orange one.
Yeah, it's sriracha. Or habanero. I think it's probably sriracha though. Habanero and Carolina Reaper. Carolina Reaper.
I don't like how that one tasted. That one actually tasted horrible.
They all suck.
Yeah.
None of them taste good. It's a hot pepper mixed with sugar.
Yeah. I'm drinking this because I just don't want it on my teeth. It's disgusting.
Oh God. Oh God, no.
Ew. This one sucks too.
This one isn't as bad. Sriracha one's spicy.
I'm almost positive this is the Reaper.
Yeah. Doesn't taste good.
I don't know if I can do it.
I can't swallow my tongue.
Yeah, right? You can't swallow.
It's so bad.
They're not that spicy, honestly. They just don't taste good.
Yeah.
To me, they just don't taste good. This green one? Oh, that's light work.
Yeah. The green one?
Jalapenos light work.
No, it's easy. Giacomo's almost dying.
Yeah, it's pretty spicy.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
I'm sweating.
Well, my mom's Puerto Rican, so...
So you're okay with that?
Yeah, I mean...
But that's...
She'd disown me if she saw me.
If you were like, no, if you were
no,
guilty
it's
about
spicy.
it, it's not good.
No. And my dad, surprisingly, loves spicy food.
Really?
Loves it.
Do you think because does she make food for him? You think?
No, he makes food.
And
My
he
dad
makes it spicy.
Oh yeah, very, very.
Think he was adopted
No.
by an Indian family?
Actually, you know what he does? My dad, he's got a killer job. He gets to. Both my parents work from home. My mom does like some crazy like techie job. It's like a lot of it's mostly like a startup for her.
Yeah.
So honestly, like it's taking off like really well, but she's not making any money from it yet.
Yeah.
It takes off. It's gonna do super well. But
everything takes
my
time.
dad is making most of the money, and he gets to work from home. And I straight up will go and talk to him because on days that I'm home from school or whatever, and he'll be like, "My job's the greatest. I get to stay at home." He works from the couch. He'll like have he'll be sending emails from his phone.
Does his boss know this?
Yeah, they don't care. He works from home. He'll come they'll be like, "Oh, hop on a call. He'll hop on a call.
Yeah.
Do this." He'll just go to his office and do that.
Does he ever put clothes on in the morning, or is he like wearing like pajamas?
No, I mean sometimes he's not. I mean,
is he naked? Just hanging
No,
out naked?
well, he's got clothes on because like.
It's a house and you're a family. You don't want to be naked in a house with a bunch of kids.
I'll come home, and he'll be like, on the couch with our dog watching like soccer with a beer in his hand, and I'm like, it is literally Monday, like 12 o'clock on a Monday, and he's just like, Dad. This guy is making like
the people they live different than us. They can't.
He's killing it. He has the.
They
best
can
job.
multitask drinking and everything else.
And no,
like that's fine. It's life.
He makes really good money doing that too.
That's funny as hell.
He's paying for. Like my mom isn't making. My dad is making all the money.
He's paying it. Yeah.
He's paying for everything.
Yeah.
Off that job where he sits on the couch and does. I mean, like shit. I mean,
That's
obviously, some days are more busy than others for him. Where it's like some days will be like.
Can't do as much, yeah.
Yeah, he'll be like more busy throughout the day. But some days, I swear to God, he doesn't do
anything.
anything.
Like it's nothing, yeah.
No, literally none at all. I'm like, yo, you just did not do anything the whole day.
Jalapeno tastes like ass.
Jalapenos, real jalapenos taste better.
Yeah.
But he's got this cycling addiction where he'll just like.
That's so funny. I remember you told me he's out biking with the dog.
Yeah, he's
got.
got.
And I thought he was like a motorcyclist. And you're like, it's some white guy thing, and I'm like, that's some fucked up shit. I know a lot of black people that fucking have a motorcycle. And then I realized he was like cycling. On a bicycle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got this setup that's indoors for the winter. So it's like a little track that you can put your bike on. It's not a track.
Is that like the thing that Alexis had and we had in the gym in the corner?
Yeah, it's like that, except more sturdy and like it actually like as you're biking, it measures your speed and like everything, and it sends it to a computer. So he races with people online throughout the world with his buddies, and I'll be like he has a phone stand, and they'll all be on like a FaceTime call, and they'll all just be on a FaceTime call racing their bikes, and he'll do that for like 5 hours every day.
That's pretty.
I'm like, dude, I would kill to have this job. He's actually crazy. He's living the life, just doing insurance, just like he's good at math though. So I mean,
that's good.
Yeah.
Giacomo, how's school with you?
Okay.
It's okay?
Yeah.
How's the furry in your grade?
Oh, God.
Annoying.
Yeah.
What?
Annoying.
Is it a man or a woman?
I don't even know.
You don't know?
There's always going to be one of them. Always.
Is that a girl?
Neither.
You can't like just figure it out a little bit. You're
like,
it could be. It's got breasts.
I think it's a
in
girl.
6th grade, probably.
It's a wolf. What do you mean?
It's a wolf. It's a wolf. It's a female wolf.
Yeah, it's a cat.
She's a cat.
It's a cat.
Yeah.
Oh Christ.
Isn't that strange?
Freaking hisses at my friend. My friend walked over to me at the end.
Remember that? I'm water for you.
You don't get it.
Giacomo Sam. That's just the craziest thing that
and
people
my friend
pictures
walked
of
over to my locker at the end of the day, and she like hissed at him.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know what you would do? You know what you gotta do? Do you have any Chinese friends?
Woof.
Do you have any taste?
Yes, I do.
Christ.
You have him or her, whoever the Chinese person is, go over to her and say, would you like to be dinner tonight?
Yeah, I could just get Alec.
Personally, if you want to be an animal, I should be allowed to hunt you like that.
Yeah, exactly. You are an animal, and I'm a hunter of animals. That's what I do.
I'm a deer, all right.
I'm a deer hunter.
I got bad news for you.
You did.
I got my license. So
It's
to
deer
run.
season.
Get
Run,
to running.
bitch. Run.
You're not as fast as a deer.
Oh, what if it's a black deer?
The speed.
There's no way you're catching it.
Did you see DK Metcalf that
I
on the
don't know who
news?
that
The
is.
jump?
So yeah,
Oh
he
my
saw it.
God.
So professional
Yeah.
professional NFL player. They did an NBA.
Is he already in NFL?
Yeah, he's been in the NFL. He's he's a very good player, and it's because he's just stupidly athletic. Like there was a video of him jumping, like showing off his vertical. So some guy they had to have thrown the ball at least 10 feet over his head. He jumps like at least double his height, reaches up and grabs it. Standing jump, no run up at all. Like
Yeah.
absolutely insane to watch. And he makes it look effortless, completely effortless. And so they did an NBA like right after that he
Yeah, the
posted that.
NBA All-Star game. He was
Yeah, it was like a celebrity all-star game. So it's like
How
he's
did
got
he
a
do?
bunch of celebrities. He was the MVP. He
What?
was dunking on everyone.
Did he
Just-
play bad? He probably played basketball in high school.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know
Growing
his
up.
best.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did. I think it was just his vertical.
Well, if you can
so,
dribble, listen. Dribbling is something. It's like not you just pick up the ball and know how to dribble.
He's a
You
big guy,
obviously
too.
done it.
He wasn't like.
you just walk through
He's
some
not
people.
like
and then-
crossing people up.
yeah, I mean it's not like it's some celebrity games. It's not like those
He's
guys
big,
are
too?
like. Well, yeah. I mean most of those guys
He's
in there. Yeah, he's huge. He's a massive guy. He's like. I don't know how tall he is.
Well, there was
exactly.
there's videos from the old when Dave Hoff was a powerlifter. He's got like the biggest total ever. When he was younger
Mhm.
at Westside, jumping up on like a 6-foot box at 290 pounds
Yeah, it's
from a
crazy.
standing position.
That is crazy.
You know what I mean? But also squats close to 1,300 pounds.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of athleticism in it. I mean, I dunked the other day.
Yeah, seeing Jimmy dunk probably be really funny.
I dunked too.
Yeah.
No
Did
one
you?
thought I could do it.
I
When I
dunked,
was younger, I could
dunked
dunk a
on
lot.
16.
Giacomo's got
Totally
that
not
10-foot
edited.
vertical.
It was not fake.
All of it was super real.
Yep. It was
Yeah, we made it up to like 16 feet.
Damn.
But I just showed him pretending to jump.
So I jumped at 16.
It was like the worst editing feature of the world. Did you see that thing?
No, I didn't.
It's horrible.
He
Where
just
was-
paused
where-
And
it.
so I have it 16
That
foot. I
was
put it
right
on. So I have it on
The
six.
thing goes to
It's 16
16.
foot, right?
Really?
So-
I don't know why.
I have it on 16, and Giacomo runs and jumps, and he felt right. He has to obviously dunk it, and then he resets it, and we lower it to like 4 foot.
Yeah.
And he dunks it, and then I put it together. Now, obviously, like the ground's different.
Yeah, it's
The
uneven.
sky.
So
Yeah.
it felt like
Vasar
a black.
Sent me a message
Background.
and was like, he asked me if it was he couldn't believe it. The Giacomo dunked it, and I don't know. I'm sorry, picking on you, but it was funny. It was pretty funny. I don't know. He could have been joking, but to me, I was like, but you know what? No, you can't.
What?
I don't know. I just
Great
would not
job.
believe it.
No,
Like,
you can't
that's
doing that.
insane.
No, it's impossible. It'd be insane.
That would be a world record. A world record by far. That's like unbelievably like of anyone to ever jump ever. Nobody would ever jump higher.
Well, we
than
were
that,
talking.
right?
I think
Like,
the
right
highest
there.
is like Spud Webb could dunk, and he was like 5'2" or 5'3" or something like that.
Yeah, how tall are you, Giacomo? Do you know?
48
Yeah, 4'8".
is not dunking on 16.
You ever see old videos
Yeah,
of
that's
Spud Webb
absurd.
dunking?
No, I haven't.
Bro, he was 5'2" or 5'3", and he could dunk.
That is kind
Dude
of absurd.
he's the shortest person to ever be in the NBA, and he was like
But that's
good.
That's more believable because
than a child. Yeah, I know.
yeah,
But
at
it's
least
just funny.
his wingspan might get him to like
His
like
arms
5'8",
yeah, maybe.
like 5'9".
Yeah, that's a lot more believable than a
Then a
12-year-old that's 4'8" dunking on 16.
16. That's a 12-foot
Yeah.
vertical. That is
Yeah.
yeah. You
how
would need to
high?
jump so incredibly goddamn high.
My whole left arm hurt the next day. My legs were sore from just
You
dunking.
jumped?
Yeah, just jumping high. But
Yeah,
I don't
it's
jump
hard.
like everyone. People will run like jump with 1 foot.
Mhm.
That makes no sense to me. Like I'll take a nice. I'm like a 2 feet and I jump with 2 because
Yeah.
obviously you can jump higher with 2 feet. I
Yeah,
don't know
jumping
why.
higher with you for basketball, like the form or so I used to play like on Fridays I had one of my buddies, we would go down and we'd play volleyball and he was like teaching me how to do things like properly, like the correct form.
Yeah.
So the walk up, there's actually a way that you would that you step up to the ball
Just
when
step
you're
and
when
jump.
you're ready to jump. So it's like you step forward with 1 foot, like a light step, and then the second step is a big loading step. Like you take a big longer step.
It's almost like
And
a
then
spring.
and then you bring that second foot right underneath you, and then you jump with slow, like while swinging your body with the.
That's how I've
momentum
learned to
that you
jump.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you have of that load step, because you take that loading step and then you swing with it and then you jump up.
Well, yeah, it's like you obviously can squat more with 2 legs than 1.
Exactly. So people who jump, if you can jump and dunk with 1 leg, Jesus Christ.
Well, those same people probably can do 360 dunks and shit if they're coordinated enough, because that's not a simple thing to do. Spin around because your equilibrium is going.
Yeah, 360 jumps, 360 dunks.
Didn't a white guy win the dunk contest this year?
I don't know.
And then a black guy won the 3-point contest. I don't know if it was a meme, it was a joke, but I saw an awful lot of people posting it, and I was like, that'd be some wild shit.
I mean, yeah.
That he actually won.
Is Steph Curry, is he mixed, or like what's up with him?
He's mixed.
Yeah, he looks mixed.
Yeah.
He looks.
His dad.
No, but the picture of this guy who was supposedly won this year was like white.
Yeah.
Like I'm from like Arizona white, you know, like
Arizona.
white.
Yeah, Arizona's
white.
crazy.
I'm like Arizona white.
Only
white
people
guy.
that live in Arizona are. Actually, no, that's not true. But a lot of white people live in Arizona.
Yeah.
Like, listen, only people crazy enough to live in Arizona are white people, because like everyone else
Or
is
Mexicans.
Like, I mean, yeah, fair enough. I mean, that was technically their land, so that, I mean, they're just like, I mean, this is where we live now.
Taking it back.
So, the white people, they'll like, who else could go to a state here it's like 110 degrees consistently, and then also there's like a rattlesnake and a scorpion that lives in your house with you, and be like, yeah, this is cool, I'll live here. Nobody will do that. No. And then it's like, oh, you want water? Yeah, we'll ship it in.
Yeah.
Nobody in their right mind would do that. And white people are always up to some crazy shit. So I think that's why.
You think that's why?
Yeah, my dad's up to crazy shit. My dad's always up to crazy shit. I'll see him do something.
You don't ever see a black guy go like, what is it, shark fishing?
Exactly. Why would you do that?
Deep water.
Oh, yeah,
but then I must be black. I will fuse. I won't even go in water with sharks. If there's a potential for a shark in the water, I will never go in it.
He's afraid of sharks.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of giant fish. Yeah.
They're
fair. Bigger than you, and you can't swim, and we can't breathe water, so...
Yeah, you're kind of in like...
you can't swim.
I can't swim. No, my dad... he took him a second to process that one. Actually, I get that one.
Well, technically, there is something with buoyancy. It's like...
I'm Norwegian.
Yes, it doesn't matter.
And also Puerto Rican, so like...
There was a... Yes, different.
An island, so
yeah, no, I think it's black people. Who was... David Goggins has a whole thing about it, like... And that's why he's one of very few Navy SEALs that ever made it. And that's why it's not like some people say, oh, it's race. And like, no, it's like, they have to swim a lot. And they don't just swim, like, they have to, like, tread water for, like, hours.
Yeah.
And, like, it's something with the buoyancy of their bones, density. Isn't that interesting? Like, we all came from, like, one human, which is, and, like, we're all kind of different a little bit. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, everyone's got, like...
You think it's geographical?
I think it is geographical.
How you ate, how much sun you get.
Yeah, it's like all of these small little factors, like...
Over thousands and thousands. We've been here longer than we think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Probably millions of years.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So you take all that time, and yeah.
Like, written history, I don't
bullshit.
know too much about, like, written history and, like,
it's all...
Well, I know about written history.
It's all what a historian... And it's like, imagine, like, a bunch of them, they get together in this little room, and they're, like, the heads of it. Now somebody tries to come in and be like, well, I found all this new information out, and they're like, they don't want to say that they were wrong all their dissertations and all their writings. Yeah. So they kind of like make that guy look like an idiot.
Yeah. Well,
so they keep all these old theories around.
Yeah, and it's, they would have to they would have to change a lot of things, so it's just kind of like,
I'm going to stick with this.
Yeah, let's just rock with this.
This is the first... Yeah, we came from monkeys. It's not possible. If we could come from monkeys, we would be able to, like, put like an embryo, a human embryo, like into a female monkey, and it would come to term. Well,
the way that we didn't come from monkeys like the ones that you saw. Like, they're not saying that we come from like if you go to the zoo and nobody's saying like you're related.
No, there are some evolution theories that we evolved.
Yeah, but like
the single cell, like we eventually evolved, and there's like a spraying off.
Yeah, but all like the smart ones.
You think that's gonna be sprayed off like that?
That is like
think we're from aliens?
What did you say?
What?
Your neck is like bright red. Like, it looks like your shirt. Like right there.
He's white.
I'm white. Maybe I'm Native American. Leave me alone.
Oh my god. Red skin. That's crazy.
Like it's literally.
You don't have a tomahawk on you, do you?
No, not today.
What?
I brought if you asked.
It's like bright red.
Yeah, probably allergic to all that shit. Whatever I fucking read in there.
It's gonna kill him.
Yeah.
He's gonna start foaming at the mouth.
Maddie, we went and got ice cream. Maddie's like, come, I'm gonna give you free ice cream. She gave me ice cream, almost killed me. She gave me, it's like fucking walnuts or, I don't know, but it was like, I don't think it's the walnuts. I think it was like homemade ice cream and whatever preservatives they put in that shit to make it not go bad.
Yeah. Almost.
How much is that? Yeah, because my over that little thing, ball in the back of your throat, swelled up so big. And it happened with me and him one time when I ate these, they were like these all-natural bars.
Mm-hmm.
There was no preservatives, no nothing. And it was like from Wegmans. And I got sick as fuck. It was like fucking huge. I had to go to the hospital in the middle of the night. And I've been like 3 years. And I ate this all-natural ice cream.
Oh.
And it swelled up. And I'm like, I think it's really, and said, it's like, oh, it's fine. I opened my mouth. I'm like, and she's like, oh my God. You couldn't see anything. It was fucking like this big. It was just hanging. And I could feel it hanging into my throat. It's like I had a giant ball sack in my mouth.
As if you're hearing your dad say that. You got to hear your dad say that.
Oh, couldn't kill me. Well, that's literally, I mean, that tiny thing's so small in there. Can you imagine it being like that big?
How do you know?
That's crazy.
How do you know what it feels like?
How do I know?
Did you try?
Yeah, I cut off a fucking ox balls and I put it in my mouth. Me and the fucking, what's his guy's name? The guy, the
Liver King?
The Liver King.
Yeah,
Liver
guy
King.
eats
He
that.
sent me giant horse balls.
Yeah. He's like, let's gargle them.
Let's gargle them for a video. No. The other day he was eating fucking salt. He said he ate 3 buckets of salt. That's all he ate. 0 calories.
Yeah,
He ate giant plates of salt. Like,
mom.
that's not possible. He would
like throw up. That's
no,
disgusting.
more than that. Like if there's too much like sodium, if there's like a potassium sodium pump, if there's not an equal, and it's like there's got to be 2/3. It's like 2 to 3 times like the potassium than sodium. But that much sodium, his heart would like fucking seize up. It's a muscle, like it would
That's
never
what the guy
fucking
was
make
saying.
it. Yeah, the guy's a fucking moron. I don't know why.
Joe.
And he was like, he's eating this shit. Like, what? He's not gonna eat that.
No, I don't know. His whole account is like.
Listen, he's a genius. Just as like Andrew Tate,
making
a
a
genius.
lot of money, but
This
so
dude,
dumb.
I don't even know. I'm at the point where, is it possible, because he has a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
That he paid these girls
Andrew
and the
Tate.
government of Romania to arrest him? Is that not possible?
Like
Because-
as like a publicity kind of thing? I mean,
Yeah.
he was bringing him a lot of publicity, but I also
Yeah.
don't think he would want to be in jail.
But he wasn't really. He was like, he still could. He
I
was.
haven't been
People,
following
he was online.
I haven't been following it like too.
He wasn't in that long. He was online. I mean, look at prisons here. It's like, is it really jail? We're
Yeah.
thinking jail like we want like Mexico.
Jail
Like,
is-
that's
jail is-
jail, dude.
Jail is
Middle
like,
East jail is
was my
jail.
math
Yeah.
class.
What?
That was my math class.
What?
That was your math class?
Really?
Yes.
No, that's fair.
They cut off fingers and limbs and
Yep.
they hang people there?
Nah, what are you in middle school? Middle school sucks. Middle school was the worst. High school was immediately so much
I
better.
always had fun.
Nah, I hated middle school. It was
It's
so.
not that bad.
I mean, I just thought it was so boring because
So.
I knew a lot of
It
this
is.
stuff.
It's like a trap. Yes, they try to catch up all the people that are dumb from elementary school.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Because I'd be doing stuff. I'm like, dude, I know this already.
Yeah,
Yep.
like
I
our
don't
whole,
wanna do
like the
it.
first
It's like
half
by
of the whole
what
school
you learn
year.
in 4th and 5th grade, they're catching you. It's like 6th and 7th. They're like, you're almost going to be in high school. We got to take 6th grade and 7th grade
And just like
and prep you
condense
for
it.
and
Yeah.
make sure you know elementary school. And then 8th grade is like, take a test to see if you actually know how to get.
Exactly. Yeah. They're like, all right.
It's really a bunch of bullshit years.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Yeah, I know a bunch of people in 8th grade. I don't even know if I passed 8th grade, like technically. Like I just failed a bunch of classes because they would be like, do this, and I'd be like, no.
I mean, I passed it.
Well,
I know
obviously,
so many people that are failing.
obviously,
6th grade?
they wouldn't fail. They wouldn't. Well, I think in Yorktown they knew also that I knew how to do this stuff. They just kept on asking me to do it. I would just look and be like, nah, I don't want to. So they'd just be
I'm
like,
bored.
they look at me and they'd be like, are you serious? Come on, like just do it. And
That's boring.
I just say
Dude,
no. So
my generation, you would have been summer school.
I did, or no, they didn't. They didn't even send me to summer
So
school.
like, because that's what they would do, and that was like punishment to make sure you went to school.
Well,
Like,
I went and I was
no,
in school.
oh, you did.
But
you
like
just didn't do
they'd
it.
be like, do this work shit. Like, 2 questions. Give it. Take a leave. Like that's it. That's all you're getting. So I mean, they passed me, and now I'm like, I was literally my first freshman year of high school. I had like 95 as high honor roll and everything, And then COVID hit, and then I was just like, I don't care anymore.
Well, honestly, it's like you just gotta graduate. It means nothing, dude.
No,
it means fucking nothing.
We're in the third quarter of
I went to college and do nothing with it.
I'm not doing anything anymore. The first 2 quarters of the year, for senior year especially, because I'm already applied to colleges and they've already accepted me.
Yeah.
And I've gotten good scholarship money, so.
Yeah, you just have to graduate.
Yeah, the first 2 quarters.
It's like the end. You're in like the end of like the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like
ride the shit out.
Just ride it out and just finish it.
Yeah,
because the first 2 quarters are like they actually look at your grades still, and because they'll see if you're like slacking.
Yeah.
Third and fourth, they're like, we don't care. No. So my teacher will be like,
because they know there's like it's like senior fever and shit like that. So like they know you might fuck off a little bit, but that doesn't mean who you are as a student. Yeah. You know, it just means like you're all running out.
Sorry, we cut you off.
Like during COVID, when I was doing online, like I literally, like we had this worksheet. We had to do like 3 questions, and we were like showing our answers for it. And I showed her my answer. She's like, "Oh, can you show me your work?" I'm like,
"No."
I was like, I threw it out already.
Yeah.
Threw out the work.
And then she was like, "Okay, I'll let you go grab it." I'm like, my stepdad just brought the garbage out.
Dude, COVID was COVID I think was a
like,
huge
okay,
eye-opener.
I'll give you some time to get your jacket and go outside. I'm like, no.
COVID was a huge eye-opener to a lot of parents. He did this thing, and it was this teacher's online class, and she was reading from some book, and she wanted him to write did I tell you this right? Wanted him to write a paragraph on it, right? And there was one black girl in the class, or a black kid, right? Your class did 2, right? So put that into context after. I'll remember that and I'm gonna tell you a story. So the whole thing is, it was this passage and it said, "Don't kick the ball over the neighbor's yard to the back. That's where the white people live. They don't like us."
Which book was this?
I don't. There is a woman who is famous for writing.
Well, like books that they showed us, like what was it, To Kill a Mockingbird and stuff like that. Those were good. I really liked that book. Atticus Finch, he's
But can you say now? You imagine being, you read that passage, right, and you have to write a paper of that, and now one of 2 black kids in the class, and you just don't hang out with Tommy, and he doesn't invite you to his birthday party. Is it possible you might think he doesn't like you because you're black? Because you just read this, or how about the black kid doesn't invite you? Is it possible he doesn't like you or trust you? You know what I mean? They're kids.
I think for
5th grade.
Yeah, 5th grade. They should be reading like
kids books.
Yeah, like there was this book that I love this book. It's like Cool Cat Pete or whatever.
Yes.
And it's like this.
It's learning about. It's more about comprehension skills. Can you read and comprehend and be able to remember things you read?
Yeah.
Not. Let's get into things that. Plus, kids don't think. Kids don't think like that. They're friends with people because that's who they have in common with.
Exactly. There's 2 things.
They might have. Dude, when I was engaged, when I married his mother.
Yeah.
Most of the people at my wedding party were black. I had more in common with those friends. You know what I mean? It wasn't that I was like, I'm just gonna only invite the black people.
It wasn't you didn't have an agenda. It was just like I want my friends.
And I think if people doing that to a young kid, it warps both their minds to think like he doesn't like me or they don't like. You know what I mean? It's like it sets the stage for something horrible.
I think for kids, there's 2 things that they keep doing. They need to just
that and sexuality.
Okay.
The children.
It's just so weird that, if I was a kid and they tried pushing that, I mean, it's okay. It's not nonsense, but I just don't want to
There's no need for it.
I just would look at it and be like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I'm 9. I'm thinking about I'm gonna go home.
I'm gonna go play kickball with my friends.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
because they're my friends.
Exactly.
Not because one's Chinese, one's this, one's Muslim, one's.
I'm not gonna go
it's
home and be like,
whoever's good at kickball.
Yeah.
I'm picking the guy that's good at kickball.
Exactly.
I'm not just gonna pick someone because they're not black.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go home and be like, you're black.
Yeah.
You're not on my team.
It's
I don't care.
It's either you're good at kickball or you're my friend, so we're gonna play kickball.
Yes, it's so stupid.
It's so weird that okay, if you're gonna be doing all of this stuff where it's like trying to talk about like a deep, because it is a deeper issue. You can't just, it's not like a surface level issue. You can't do a surface level approach to like, well, you can, but it's like it'll be very very half baked.
Well, people
surface
will
level approach
they
to
get
racism.
different. Can you imagine a child hearing something like that? Like it. So, and here's the opposite. So, my friend Calvin, he got kicked out of his daughter's school, like forever. Inner city school, all black. They wanted her to write a paper about why her life is so hard as a black American, and she was like, she didn't take the test, and she actually moved the paper, and she failed it, and she got this letter, and Dad was like pissed as hell because like he was in jail, he had a lot of problems, and he got out, busted his ass, worked a ton, taking his family, him and his wife, like work a lot, they're trying to do well with their kids, and then she was pissed, like, oh, you're gonna fuck up in school and I'm fucking busting my ass, so he goes there, finds out what it was for. She was like, Dad, I don't know how to answer that. She's like, I have a fun life, I'm happy. So he went to school pissed off, and they called the police and threw him out.
That's crazy. That is absolutely
for saying like she's happy. What? You know what I mean?
That's
like
absurd.
It's craziness when you have things like that. And she was like, I think she's 7th grade. Like it's just madness. Like
doing that to a 7th grader is absolutely absurd.
Right, any grade. Like, I mean, how do you know? That's like saying like it's literally, isn't that racist alone?
That is racist. That's
saying like a black person can't be happy in America.
That's absurd. They're.
You tell me all these NFL players aren't happy?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's actually.
I will trade places with them. They are.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, if you're unhappy, let me know.
I will take your contract, your QB contract.
Yeah, let me play football. Let me take your 10-foot vertical, your football career. Sure.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly.
Give me that.
Things are individualistic, and that you don't approach a whole fucking classroom of kids like that because there's always one bad apple. There's always a couple people that are fucked up.
Yeah.
But I think just being normal, like when I was young, I'm telling you, it was like there wasn't like that. Look at all the old comedians. Every race, they all picked on each other. They picked on races. They picked on that.
Dave Chappelle's a good.
And it was very. That's when like the true like blending of America. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. During that generation, and then the media and everything tried to push this huge thing, and it was like, for what?
Everyone used to like. Obviously, I wasn't alive.
No.
For the most part, from what I've seen, a lot of these communities were like obviously they would be joking around with each other, and there were divides in some communities, like different spots that were like already hated.
But that's normal.
That is normal. So
you hang out with kids and that you know what I mean. If you haven't, take a city school.
Yeah.
Right. That's right on the cusp. Mm-hmm. So city schools are weird. Not around here. You don't know what to say. So they're always on like this cusp. So most city schools have like this area where it's like rich kids now, or middle class, and then it's like in the city. So if the parents don't have money to send it to private school, which most of the rich ones do, then it's like a blending of kids. But one grew up hardcore in the city, and the other one grew up very soft, like Mayapack, right? Those kids aren't gonna hang out together.
Oh,
just because of how they grew up, it has nothing to do with race. It's like how they really grew up. But then again, because like I grew up like that, like I was on like this like the cusp of the West Side, and we always we fought each other. And then literally, I was like 18. I was still in high school actually. I was 18. I had a fake ID. We were at this. It's called Hungry Chuck's up at SU Hill, and we would always get into huge fights with football players and stuff.
That's so
we
funny.
wanted to fight them. That's how we were like. Let's see how good we could fight. My buddy Chris and a bunch of other guys. And my brother would go up with us, and we got jumped by a lot of them one time. And this huge black bouncer would just throw all of us out, like, in this alley. Good luck, guys! In an alley. So we just all fight, right? But now it's like 20 on us. And the kids from like this school, Henniger, that like always hate, I think it's Cortland, they always hated us, these huge black kids, it wasn't because they were black and we were white. It was a different area of school. We played football different than each other. Yeah. It was more of a football bullshit. You know what I mean? And we were on that side of town, on this side. It wasn't a racial thing. And we understood that back. You know what I mean? And we were getting jumped, and those brothers and some other friends came and helped us, and we beat the shit out of these kids.
Yeah.
And
You guys
they ended up being two of the people in my wedding. Like,
That's
we
crazy.
had something in common, even though we fought each other.
Yeah.
We had a lot. People have more trauma in common than they think. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's...
Take a look at our gym. You think all these people would have met and hung out normally?
Oh, no, for sure.